they're going to take this property from us. I'm like, we're going to go bankrupt. We're going to lose the property because the mortgage has increased so much. I'm like, how are we going to pay it?
Right.
Worst case scenario, we're going to default on the mortgage. We're going to end up going to bankruptcy court, and they're going to take the property from us. Okay, so we are back today at the 16-unit apartment. It's been over a year,
about a year
since we filmed our last video. We acquired this property back in 2021 for $1.41 million. Today, we are actually doing a refinance on the property. But this property has been our most involved, our most challenging property. And this is a property where we went through a lot of adversity on. One of the main things we had to deal with was our payment ended up changing on this property. Do you remember?
Yeah, it was about 2000, or well, we started
We started about $2,000. So we acquired this property back in 2021 for $1.41 million. We are getting it appraised today. We feel the valuation is upwards north of $2 million. So we're doing a refinance. But we had done an interest-only loan for 18 months. And our payments were about $2,000. Huge lessons for you guys. I felt like that payment was low.
Right.
Felt like should have looked into it a little bit more. But you remember, like they were like, hey, sign here, this is your payment.
Here's your payment.
Yeah. And you even had to like chase them down a little bit.
Yeah, it was like 3 months or so.
3 months or so of like, hey, how do I make my payment? Like
right.
It took a while to figure this out. And this was what the original lender, which is a credit union right over here in the area. It's a smart move for you guys. Try to go with local credit unions, get the best rates. So we had 18 months of interest only on that payment.
Correct.
About 12 months into it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was exactly 12 months into it. They email us and they go, hey guys, we messed up. Your payment should have been closer to about $5,000. So we were paying $2,000. Payment should have been $5,000. You owe, so it was interest only, so we were only paying interest. We weren't paying principal. You guys owe, I think it was like $36,000 in back interest. And they're like, you have two options. We can increase the payment to about,
I was thinking about 9 or 10.
$10,000, call it, or you just pay the $36,000 off today. You let us know which one you want. And I'm like, oh my God. The property had deferred maintenance that we were paying for.
Yeah.
You know, like tell them about some of the things we did on this property.
I mean, so when we bought the property, this building was pink. A lot of rotted wood on it. So this is the only one that's wood. So we redid this entire building. We put a new sign. We did landscaping.
New roofs.
We've done a roof. We've done
10 units?
Yeah, 10 unit turns.
Out of 16?
AC units. So any dollar we made on this property went right back in.
It was like this.
Yeah, we got it. We'll put it back into the property. So to come back and say you owe $36,000.
Maybe even more.
Yeah, it was about that. We were like, so the furnaces, AC units, everything we did, where's that gonna come from?
10 to 15 grand per unit?
Yeah, depending what it needs, again, like with the AC unit. So one really nice thing about this property is that all central AC, but on the flip side, then that's a little bit a higher expense to return, which we knew purchasing that the AC units are older.
Did we know that? I didn't know that. So each unit has its own AC unit. AC units are $5,000 a pop.
Well, so again, one thing to just be aware of, it all depends on what type of unit you have. So ours are combined with the furnace. So when you replace the AC unit, you have to replace the furnace, vice versa. So they go hand in hand. So you're not just doing an AC unit.
All in on this property, close to $200,000 invested. And that's above and beyond just our down payment and all that. It's $200,000. People ask you like, well, where do you get the money for that? It's been the cash flow.
Correct.
So we did an interest only period to generate more cash flow to reinvest it in the property. And the bank is going to ask you, hey, show us what you're investing.
Right.
What are you doing with this extra cash flow for interest only? So our payments were only $2,000 a month. When we took over, the property was making about $9,000 a month. How much does this property make now?
About 18.
$18,000 a month. That's a huge increase. Payment's about $2,000. They then email and say, hey, you owe $36,000 or it's going up. Remember, I freaked out.
We both did.
We both did because we were just heavily investing back into it. We weren't profiting that money. So I freaked out and I went, and this is like my mistake, I went berserk. You know, I called them, I called the manager of the sales rep or the loan officer. I called like the president of the loan or the bank. I got my lawyer involved and this was a mistake. And this is why I really wanted to bring you guys back and teach you from my mistakes here. I'm like, they're gonna take this property from us. I'm like, we're gonna go bankrupt. We're gonna lose the property because the mortgage has increased so much. I'm like, how are we gonna pay it?
Right.
Worst case scenario, we're gonna default on the mortgage, we're gonna end up going to bankruptcy court, and they're gonna take the property from us. When really what I should have done is just take a deep breath and looked at all the options calmly. And this is what I want you guys to learn. So many people are like, well, can banks call your loan? They don't wanna do that. A bank never wants to take a property back from you. Because then guess who has to manage it?
They do.
They do. And they don't want that on their books. They're not property managers.
Right.
They lend you that money because they want you to perform the property. So I got my lawyer involved. It became very messy.
Yeah.
They stopped responding to us and they were only responding through their legal counsel. And I thought it was maybe like a predatory lending situation, but then my lawyer's like, well, they kind of themselves more than they you.
Right.
So it's really not that situation. So we ended up just taking the payment increase. But it got so volatile with them and so frustrating with them and really kind of, I thought, ruined our relationship because they had loans on 2 of our other properties too.
Yeah,
they were one of our big lenders. When really, if I would have just stayed calm, tried to work with the lender, because they were trying to work with, it just felt so forceful. Like comment below if your lender was like, hey, by the way, pay 36 grand in full or go up in this payment, because they were holding 70,000 of our money too. When we did the original loan, they asked for us to put 70,000 in like an escrow account with them. So it's just a very volatile situation. Knowing what I know now, this is the lesson I want to teach you guys. Always stay calm, always stay collected, always work with your lender. We ended up paying all that back interest off over the course of like 9 months.
Yeah, we had to have it done in the interest only period.
Yes, yeah. So we ended up paying all that back. They released our 70,000.
Yep.
We've ended up having a great relationship with them since then, which I'm very fortunate about. And they're doing the refinance on this for us now. Many lenders just aren't doing refinances right now. So again, guys, bringing you on this real journey with us and really like owning up to my mistakes in front of you guys at our property of this could have went so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have like just stopped responding to us. They could have tried to take us. We kept making our payments. That's the big thing.
Yep.
You never miss a payment. That's like the golden rule. You miss a payment, then they can put you into default.
Right.
But we never missed a payment. We stayed along with it. And now here we are today, kind of coming full circle with it, here for a refinance. As to where, come on, tell them last time we were here, you were mad. Nick, put that B-roll in there.
Yeah, I was a little mad.
We had a different lender.
I was storming around here.
We had a different lender here at the time because we were like, hey, can you refinance it out? When a lender has the loan originally, they want to keep the loan. They don't want to lose that loan because if they lose the loan, they lose the business. They lose the ability to make money with it. So that's where we're at today. Tried to list this property for sale twice with 2 other brokers. They both did fine. They did their job well. This is about an hour and a half for us.
Yeah.
I got here an hour 15 because I was flooring it. But talk about the distance of like the challenge of long distance management.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is like, so all of our team is about an hour and a half away. So like our last unit turn, our team came up and did it. They did a great job, but it was more cost because they stayed out here for the weekend. They're only able to schedule it out further than when they're down by us. So a unit comes available, they turn it within a weekend. Here, they scheduled it about a month out. The other thing too
increase your cost, increase their, because it's more their time.
The other thing too is just finding a general contractor out here. So now that we've taken care of all the deferred maintenance, we'll get things that any apartment's gonna get. Well, you know, some plumbing issues, a few electrical issues, but to find somebody that we can't give consistent work out here because we've done all the work to make it run smoothly, but to find somebody one-off to do little odd jobs is very difficult to find.
Absolutely.
So that becomes our problem. So then our costs are increased because I have to call a plumber that is more expensive than just like our handyman that's down by us.
Like the faucet's leaking, you got to call a plumber.
You have to call a plumber.
That adds up.
Yeah, correct. So instead of it being like just part of their hourly or like a $50 charge, it's like $200 because it's a plumber.
There's a difference between units and management units. See, I didn't know this in the beginning. Management units is how effectively can I manage them. So behind us here is a beautiful 120 units versus our 16 units. So if I had 16, or if I had 10, 16 units all over the place, it is infinitely easier, and that's why we talk about scale so much, to manage 120 units than 10, 16 units.
Right.
Because if you have 3 leaky toilets, the plumber makes 1 trip versus 3 different trips. You're not getting dinged with that. So that's what we've learned. Why we're not selling it though, because this is one of our best properties. Again, we took over the rent roll, it was renting for $600, $700 a unit. We invest about 10, 15 grand a unit. They're renting for $11.50.
Right.
Easy.
And people are they stay too. So it's like, you know, one thing too, like we always ask, and obviously everyone doesn't know what their life's gonna bring them, but like, is this more transition? So we put in, I'd say 4 tenants last summer. All 4 are already renewing. So
huge.
I mean,
you make your money on those renewals. So you don't pay for unit turns.
Right.
You don't lose money in vacancy. You're not paying commission to fill it.
They come to us and say, hey, we're staying. They want to be here.
Do you guys allow for people to sign like a 3-year lease?
So we do allow for 2-3-year leases. They'll just have an increase built in there. So it might not be as much as a normal increase because we go by what the market rent is. So we would just say, hey, instead of it being $100 increase next year, it's just going to be $50. So we do allow for that.
So that's why we decided to keep this deal instead of sell it. Again, it's hard to find 16 units. They're all 2-bed, 1-bath too, which is huge. We've already done majority of the heavy lifting. We didn't receive any offers that we were really excited about because of how high interest rates were. So we decided to keep it, pull the money out and take that money and hopefully go do another deal. That's why maybe show some of that when we were in the car. I was talking about the deal we're trying to get into. Okay, so what you're saying is we should have put it under contract, but how could I have done that if I didn't know if it's financeable? You know what I mean? I didn't want to tie it up.
You can know approximately where it's at, and if you can't get it or something, then we deal with it.
Worst case scenario, we pull out our original down payment, which produces an infinite return because we took all of our money out of the deal. Now, again, we did invest the cash flow back into it.
Right.
But see, that's why it's like too, when people today want to try to invest and they want to try to like take all the cash flow out, well then how you're going to have to either have those reserves saved up or raise the reserves or use your own money, whatever. We like to come in, buy it right, use the cash flow, reinvest the cash flow to increase the property value. But guys, remember that lesson. Something goes wrong, work with your lenders because your lenders are your partners.
Right,
we don't have any investors besides the lender. Lender's your partner. And if we were not able to reconcile that relationship, we wouldn't be here today because no one else would do the refinance. The original lender did. I made a huge mistake with that. I had to learn to stay calm, collected, work with the lender and never burn a bridge. That's a huge lesson. I knew that lesson, but I've kind of forgotten the moment. Don't get emotional. Right? We were both very emotional with that.
Well, yeah, you were.
But we should have stayed calm because again, we're very fortunate to be in this position today to still be working with that lender and get a great opportunity. Right now, it's very dirty and difficult. It's just very difficult because rates are high, sellers are scarce. People don't want to sell. Back to we're not selling here. If anything, this might work to our advantage. We're trying to refinance this deal to go buy this between 40 and 50 units. I'm not going to say exactly how much, but now it might not be there. So damn, that sucks because now we're taking the money out of here to a higher interest rate. But see, this is the game. So right now we're waiting to meet the appraiser and we're gonna go through a couple of units, let him get all the information he needs, try to bring you guys along with that. So hey, if you're enjoying the video, let us know, leave a comment below. If you have any questions about anything, drop a comment. Hope you're enjoying it. All right, guys, so we just wrapped up driving here because we're going to 2 other properties today. We just wrapped up the appraisal at Dwayne. And again, we try to show you as much as we can, but again, we always have to respect tenants' privacy. They want to jam a camera in the appraiser's face. He's a cool guy. I've used him before, actually, on he appraised my 56 unit and my 12 unit, and he actually appraised the 8 unit we're going to last year. I thought maybe I was going to sell that, but I ended up keeping it. He's very quick in and out, which I've learned is kind of like a good thing. When they're there all day long and they're like ripping through everything, they might try to ding you on some things. I don't know. So we're hoping this building will appraise right around $2 million. We paid 1.4 for it. That's a great return for us. Hopefully you guys learned about the mistakes I made with the lender. Hopefully you guys learned about the reality of owning property. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, I mean, we're out here bringing you guys with us so you can learn, so you can be part of this. From our journey, learn for your journey. Whether you're trying to buy 1 unit, 4 units, 8 units, 100 units. If you have any questions, comment below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Share it with someone so it tells YouTube you like it and it'll give it to more people. If you need help with trying to get into your own rental property and you want to use us, we do own a real estate brokerage. Reach out, shoot me a message on Instagram, shoot me an email. We'd love to help you get into your own rental property so you can do what we're doing here. Because now we've given you the blueprint, we just need to get you in the deal. Till next time, guys, we'll talk soon. Thanks. I have a couple free resources for you. Number one, you want to learn more about wealth creation, the mindset around wealth, how I went from working in my business, building a business, to investing into real estate, all from starting from scratch with food stamps, Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Get my book. It's called The New Rules to Financial Freedom. It sells for $19 on Amazon, but you can get it for a free digital download by clicking the link in the description. If you want to learn more specifically about real estate investing, the BRRRR strategy, how we've grown our portfolio, I have a free masterclass that people pay $3,000 to come live in person in California to learn in person with me teaching that room, but you can get that masterclass for absolutely free by clicking the link below. Finally, If you want to invest into real estate in Michigan, and maybe you're from Michigan, maybe you're not from Michigan, or you want to learn more about our brokerage, the Stephan Group, and either have joined our team as an agent, invest with real estate, or have us help you get into cash flow producing real estate, click the link below, Stephan Group Real Estate, fill out that quick expression of interest form. Someone on our team will reach out to you, set up a call, learn more about you and your goals, see how we can add value to you. Until our next episode, thank you so much for being here. We'll talk soon. Thanks.